Yes. Nusserwan Satha. Eraj calls me.
All right, look at me.
Yes. Shall I? You know, in 1921, my Adi's brother was my friend, Rustam. And once we had assembled in our fire temple, and Adi Rustam wanted me to visit his house. He offered me whether I should like to visit his house. I said yes. And there, when I went there, Upasani Maharaj had come there. And the entourage of Upasani Maharaj were all there. Meher Baba was there, but he was not at that time Meher Baba. And Rustam pointed me out to Baba. He said, you have to watch this person. That's the first contact with Baba, which Baba did not even recognize. Then, after seeing Upasani Maharaj, I came home. That was the first contact. After that, when I heard that a great personality had come in Arangaon, which is now Meherabad, I wanted to just pay my homage to the great personality. And I went with my brother to Arangaon on foot. And there I paid my homage to Meher Baba. And Meher Baba sat under a tree and made us sit there with him. And at that time I was in the Congress movement, Mahatma Gandhi's movement. And because of that, I had the hand woven and hand spun khadi uniform. Baba looked at that uniform and said, if you are serious about this, he said, then it will do. Otherwise, this is no use. I said, I didn't say anything because I had only to pay my homage to Baba. Then Baba said, all right, be serious about what you are doing. And sat there for some time, and then he beckoned us to go. At that time, Baba was speaking, and he said, you should be always serious in everything. Then we just took his darshan, came back. After that, I used to go to Meherabad often. Sometimes I used to walk the distance. Afterwards I bought a cycle and I went on a cycle there. Every Thursday there was a great gathering there with bhajan and singing and all that. And Baba used to sit with us. Many people from Ahmednagar went there on every Thursday. There was a great gathering there with bhajan and singing and all that. And Baba used to sit with us. Many people from Ahmednagar went there on every Thursday. So I used to go there on Thursdays. And Baba then used to visit our house also. Oftentimes he came to our house. Many times he came without announcing, unannounced. And oftentimes he would announce that he would come at such and such hour, and he would come with many mandali and all that. But whenever he announced a time, you have to be sure that he would come always before time. That was his practice. He would come and partake some food from us. Whether the food was fresh or stale, he wouldn't mind. And he would take the food by himself and would serve himself and just eat of it. He would say he is very hungry. And after that, sometimes when he announced, we used to prepare good food for Baba, and Baba and Mandali would partake of that food. And we were very much obliged and happy for Baba's coming here. So many times Baba came here, and we visited Baba. Oftentimes Baba took me to some people in the city where he was invited for lunch or for dinner. We used to go there with Baba. And once, yes, and oftentimes Baba would take me to the city where he was invited for lunch or for meals, and sometimes he would come to our printing press, and there were many things Baba asked me to do. In the beginning, all the purchases for Meherabad Mandali were done through me, and I used to make purchases and send them to Meherabad, and the bills were defrayed by Baba afterwards. Such a contact was going on for a long time. Baba had started his school and students' home and dispensary and so many things in the first year. And after some time, you may read in the life of Baba that he here, and after some time, you may read in the life of Baba that he auctioned everything, and all the materials which he had auctioned had come to, shall I turn here? Had come to this compound, Akbar Press, and all things were auctioned here. When Baba was there, Adi's mother, Gulamai, used to be with Baba for longer times. And Adi and Adi's brother Rustam, they used to be there with Baba. And when anything was required, for example, some furniture, some piece of furniture, they would bring from their home and add to Baba's furniture. Like that. All that furniture and so many other things had come for auction here. And you will wonder, Adi's father was the auctioneer. And when he saw the things there, the pieces of furniture there, which had already belonged to him, he was wondering. He said, "Oh, I am auctioning all my own furniture." But Adi and Gulamai would tell him that he should not grudge it, because it all belonged to Baba. And then the auction went on here, and the money was given away to Baba. So, one day what happened, when Baba auctioned everything here and went away, he had told me that on such and such a day, he would return exactly after 1 month, he would return to Meherabad. And he said that on that day I should be present there. According to that, I had gone there, I had presented myself there, and Baba smiled and laughed. He said, "What do the people say in the city? Do they not say that Baba has auctioned everything and ran away?" I said, "Yes, that was the thing." Then Baba said, "Now you will see that the whole thing will come up as it was before." And again, there were so many things Baba developed. In the beginning, Baba used to stay in the Jhopdi there near the lower Meherabad. But afterwards, Baba had taken to the hill, some construction was made there, and Baba used to sit in the bamboo hut, which was at that time which was a bamboo hut, now which is the tomb of Baba. And Baba used to sit there. What? Gone? Yes. And Baba used to sit there. Once he had taken to observe fast and gone? Yes. And Baba used to sit there. Once he had taken to observe fast, and for many months he did not stir from that hut. Shall I begin here? Yes. Yeah. Huh? No. I was witness on the day when Baba took the silence, and it was a great day. We did not know how long Baba will hold that silence, but Baba said that it would be very short time, and he was just consoling us that the time will not be long. But afterwards, you know, and all world knows that it was a very long time, 40 years. Now, I shall relate some incidents in the ashram Baba had started. You know, one day what happened? In the beginning, just as a camouflage, Baba had kept sort of caste system in his ashram. The caste boys and the caste people were given different pots and different water pots and all those things. And the Harijans, so-called the untouchables, were given different lodging and different pots. One day what happened? There was some disturbance in the lodging. There were some lice, and the lodgings were to be disinfected. So Baba brought all the boys in one room, and they were grudging. And you know, there was a Brahmin who used to visit Meherabad, and who used to take his food with Meherabad people. And he was grudging on that day that the untouchables also were brought nearer him. But at that time I was alone with Baba, and Baba told him that if he touches the food, then he should have no objection. He said, all right. And then Baba asked him to bring his plate. And when he went to bring his plate, Baba told me, this old man doesn't know that I have come to make all one. That was the incident. You know, so he said what his work was. He said his work was to bring all together. Then after that, one day, you know, I had invited Baba for inauguration. So he said what his work was. He said his work was to bring all together. Then after that, one day, you know, I had invited Baba for inauguration of a hostel in Ahmednagar. That was poor boys' home. And he had come to inaugurate that. I'll presently take you to the institution and I'll show you where Baba had come. That is the students' home. Then I used to visit every evening Baba's Prema Ashram. There Baba had asked me to come often, and one day when I had been there, he would not allow me to go home till it was past midnight. And after that, Baba just beckoned me to go home. And it was the last day of the month. That is, it was darkest day. And I came from there with Baba's name on my tongue. And there was no harm in the road. And I came here safe. When I left Arangaon, there was the Baba's cook who was named Bapu Brahman. And he told me that it was Amas, that is the last day of the month, and it was quite near midnight, and it was dangerous for me to go home. But I said, it is Baba's wish that I should go, and I shall have no harm. And I found that there was no harm. I came here and silently went to bed. There are many incidents. Baba, started his Meher message here with Dastur. And that Meher message was printed in our Mohan press here, which I will presently show you. And in that press, that Meher message was printed, and from there it was published. And my name, Baba asked me to put my name as the publisher of the message. And after that, that Dastur had fallen out, and he started printing some bad material in it. Then Baba just scolded me. He said, why did you allow such material to be printed? But I never knew that such material was being printed there. So Baba asked me to stop it, and then we had stopped that message here. Why did you allow such material to be printed? But I never knew that such material was being printed there. So Baba asked me to stop it, and then we had stopped that message here. There are many incidents, but I can't now remember them all. But I'll tell you one incident when Baba had come here, and Baba had asked that some 10 people will be taking food here, and we had to prepare food for 10 people. But afterwards, we found that Baba had brought many more people, many times 10 people. And Baba said, don't be afraid. Whatever you have cooked, put the whole thing to my care, and I will serve everything. And Baba served and served and served, and he served all the people, and the food was still there. It was done in our garden here. Then Baba once asked me to join the Mandali, but I said, Baba, I am not prepared. And then Baba said, how is that you come so often and you come all the way on foot and you say you are not prepared? But I said, Baba, I don't think I am ready for that. That was one incident. Then after the Prema Ashram was started, Baba had taken the whole thing to one place called Toka. At Toka also I used to go with Adi's brother Rustum, and sometimes with Adi. And there also, oftentimes I had visited Toka Ashram. There Baba had taken all the boys there, and one day what happened, Baba said we should go to some place in Aurangabad district, and there we started one evening with Baba, and on the way there was heavy rain, and our car stuck up in a rivulet, And Baba asked us to try to take the car up, but we all failed to move the car. And then Baba left. He said he would go to Toka Ashram, and he kept us, Adi and myself, with the car. There, we stayed there for the whole night. Early morning we were very hungry, and an old man was going from there, and we just begged for some bread, and the old man myself with the car. There, we stayed there for the whole night. Early morning we were very hungry, and an old man was going from there, and we just begged for some bread. And the old man was very poor. He had his bread just put on his head, and poor man, he brought the bread from his head and gave it to us, half of it, and we gave him some fruit. That incident I remember. One day in Toka, Gustadji was one of the first of Baba's Mandali. And Gustadji's brother had come to Toka one day when I was there. And he started telling Baba, because he was a Parsi, then his name was Homi. He started telling Baba, what can I do? Baba said, what is the matter? He said, Baba, what can I do? What can I do? Baba said, what is the matter? He said, Baba, I have become Abdullah. That means he wanted to say that he had changed his religion to a Muslim. And Baba said, oh, is that so? Oh, then he said, now you hear me. I tell you one thing. He said, what, Baba? Well, now what can I do? Baba said, you do one thing. He said, what, Baba? He said, you become Homi again. And all laughed with the Baba's gesture. Huh? Homi is Parsi name, and Abdullah is Muslim name. So he said he had become Abdullah. Baba just wanted to show that becoming Abdullah or becoming Homi is nothing. It is all the same. And Baba said, hear me. You become Homi again. And we all laughed heartily. That one incident I remember. Then after, Toka, Baba wanted to shift again to Meherabad or somewhere. He couldn't actually decide. So he brought all the ashram boys, all the mandali, the women mandali and the men mandali, and he came and stayed here in Akbar Place. He was here for some days, and we enjoyed his halt in Akbar Place very much. You will wonder how we enjoyed. Early morning we used to get up and prepare chapatis for the boys and for the mandali, and we used to serve tea and chapati every morning, all the boys, ashram boys and mandali. And I don't know how all these mandali and they enjoyed. I don't know how they were comfortable or not, but Baba stayed here for some days. That is I remember, and I can show you the place where Baba had stayed. Enjoyed. I don't know how they were comfortable or not, but Baba stayed here for some days. That is I remember, and I can show you the place where Baba had stayed, and he slept. Our house was, shall I change here? Our house was kept for the ashram boys, and the other outhouse sort of building here, it was kept for Baba and Mandali. And we used to cook for Baba and serve Baba the whole day. And I don't know how Baba had decided to come and stay here, but we are very much obliged. We feel this house and this compound to be Baba's home. And it reminds us of Baba oftentimes. You know, one incident I remember, one day I had visited Guru Prasad in Pune, where Baba had halted for the summer. One day Baba asked me whether I remember him always. I just replied, Baba, you don't allow me to forget you. So Baba said, that is the thing. This very question Baba asked me after he left his body so many times. About 4 or 5 times he asked the same question to me. He said, he asked me whether I remembered him. And always I said, Baba, of course I remembered him. And I don't know, but Baba wanted to give me some hint to just take his name or something like that. And it was indirectly given to me to understand, and I started doing that. And since then, Baba does appear in my dream, but he doesn't ask me that question. Now, after 4 or 5 times, he had asked that question. What shall I tell you? Once Baba asked me whether I wanted any money for our boarding or for personal use or anything like that. I said, Baba, I am visiting your ashram and your place not for money or for anything. I am coming here for the love of Baba. Then Baba liked it very much. And I said, our students' home will go on. You need not give money for that. We shall collect donations and all that. And Baba was very much pleased. Because, Baba asked that, because Baba had inaugurated that institution, which, if you have time, I shall show you. Because, Baba asked that, because Baba had inaugurated that institution, which, if you have time, I shall show you. Shall I talk to you? Yes. When in 1949, when Baba wanted to go for new life, he had a land here, and I was very ill. For some 3, 4, 6 months, I was ill, and Baba used to visit me. I was down with typhoid, and Baba came oftentimes to visit me, and I was being treated with homeopathic medicines. Baba came here, and after that I was out of that fever and typhoid, and after that Baba had a land here, just near here, which was, I don't know whether it was directly in Baba's name or in Adi's name, and it was Baba's land. So Baba wanted to set out and get money for New Life's business. So he sent me innumerable messages to ask me to find somebody to buy that land. And I tried and tried and tried, and I called my colleague who was doing work in the students' home here, and I asked him to find out some money for that land. And he purchased that land for 2,500 rupees. And you will wonder, now he has sold that land for more than 100,000 rupees. And he is a rich man because of that. That is the incident I remember about Baba's New Life story. And when Baba went on his new life, he had just asked me to visit Meherabad and make payments for some persons living there whom Baba had left. and I used to go there every month and do the business. When Baba returned, I don't now remember when Baba had returned from his new life, but Baba had given us many occasions to wonder what Baba will do next. And it was very much unpredictable what Baba will do. Shall I start there? Yes. And oftentimes we wondered what Baba wanted to do, because to our oftentimes we wondered what Baba wanted to do, because to our information and knowledge, we couldn't make out what Baba wanted to do. But afterwards we knew that Baba had some great scheme of his. I used to visit Meherazad also when Baba directed us to visit. And I had gone for the Savases in Meherabad, and I had also gone for the Sahvas in Pune, Guru Prasad Sahvas and all that. I now regret very much that I did not join Baba's Mandali. So often Baba wanted me to join, but I don't know what kept me back. And now I am worrying about that, but I don't know. I think it may be Baba's wish, but he did not tell me in so many words. I think I have done. Yes. Shall I? Yes. This is the building where Baba had stayed with his Mandali, women Mandali and men Mandali. And this door, which is open here, is the door to the room where Baba himself had slept and stayed and worked. We had to work for Baba. This is the door, and the door opens to the room where Baba himself. This is the building where Baba had stayed for some days. He used to sleep here, wait here, and Baba and women Mandali and Baba Mandali, they all had stayed here. And the Premashram boys were with him, and they all came and stayed in the other house there. And yes, and it was a great pleasure for us to accommodate the Premashram boys and Baba and Mandali, and we were whole day and night we were engaged in serving Baba's people. We used to cook for Baba, and we used to serve all the Mandali and the ashram boys and Baba. And we were so much obliged to Baba for his stay in Akbar Place. That's all. Yes. Yes. Yeah. As I have told you, I had joined Gandhi movement, non-cooperation movement, and I used to be working in the political movement which was called Congress, and because of that, when in 1926, when Gandhi had come to our district, Ahmednagar district, we were to be with Gandhi, and Baba had told me that if Gandhiji would like to visit him, I should escort him to Meherabad. And what happened, there was a bungalow on the Arangaon road, and Mahatma Gandhi was lodged there because the owner of the bungalow was the biggest donor for the tour of Gandhiji. And it was just on the Arangaon road, and we were to be with Gandhi because we were in the thick of the movement. So it was the habit of Mahatma Gandhi to take a walk every morning, early morning, and we were to accompany him. So myself and my colleagues, 2-3 colleagues, we accompanied Gandhiji on the road towards Meherabad. And in between our talk, I told Gandhiji that Meher Baba was staying just near here and we may visit him. But what Gandhiji replied was, he had been taken to Upasni Maharaj, and Upasni Maharaj had come down upon him like anything, and he had scolded Gandhiji like anything. So he said, I have just come with scolding and all that, and I don't want to now visit Baba. So the story ended there. Gandhiji did not go to Meherabad, and then next day when I visited Meherabad, I told Baba the whole thing. And Gandhiji's halt was only for one day. The next morning he had gone away. That was the story about Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, here there are institutions here. The first institution was called National Education Board, and it was when I was in Gandhi movement, it was started. And for that National Education Board, we had a students' home, and for students' home, we wanted a building to be constructed. And in the beginning, this building was constructed, and to inaugurate the building and the students' home, we had invited Baba. And Baba had come, instructed, and to inaugurate the building and the students' home, we had invited Baba. And Baba had come and just made his gestures as if he had inaugurated the home. And we had a feast on that day, and Baba partook with the feast, and he ate with us, and he was pleased to open this institution, this building. It was in 1928 that Baba had come here. After that, Baba used to come and visit our home, and he used to give darshan under this porch. Yes, uncle, tasa kara rahe? Yes. And now I shall point you out the another building where Baba's literature was being printed. It is called Mohan. Yes, here is the building called Mohan Printing Press. It was started in 1924. Yes, and Baba had visited our printing press, which was formerly in the city, and afterwards it was brought on this site. This printing press was the chief institution where Baba's literature was printed. You may remember Meher Message. Meher Message was being printed here, and all the circulars and instructions of Baba even now are printed here, and they are distributed from Adi's office. So this is the building where Baba's literature is being printed in Ahmednagar. Yes. I want to tell you about Baba. In the early days of Baba's arrival in Meherabad, he used to visit our house often. Sometimes he would come unannounced, sometimes he would announce he's coming here. But whenever he came unannounced, he would straight come and he would come and open the cupboard, what we may call pantry, and just serve himself food. He would say he is very hungry, and he would serve himself he wouldn't require a plate or a saucer or anything. He would serve himself on his own palm, and he wouldn't even sit on a chair or a table. He would sit on the floor himself and just eat like that. We would request him that we would prepare fresh food and all that, and Baba said, no, everything is all right with him. And then Baba won't stand to any formalities. Informally he would come and serve himself, and he wouldn't hear us when we said, Baba, please wait, we shall prepare fresh food for you. He said any food was all right for him, and he would serve himself and just eat and take some water, drink some water, and sit with us and talk, and then he would retire. Sometimes he would come unannounced. He would bring people with him, Mandali with him, and he would ask us to prepare food for so many people, and we would prepare food. But every time he came here, he never came at the hour he said. He always came before time, and always made hurry for his food. And he would even take food from the very stove. He won't mind the hot food and all that. That was his way of serving himself. Oftentimes he would serve himself, by his own hand all the mandali, and even he would serve us. And there was a eating and feasting with Baba, and it was a very pleasurable and happy time at that time. Then Baba would straight come and walk to the pantry. Shall I move there? And walk to the pantry and open it himself, like that, and serve himself without waiting for us to prepare fresh food for him. He said every food is good for him, and he wouldn't even stand formalities of having a plate or a saucer or anything. He would serve in his own palm and just sit on the floor and eat. He wouldn't even take care for sitting on a chair or a table and all that. Here he used to come. Yes. The thing is, Baba used to come and just enter this kitchen and survey the cooking here, and would hurry up all the cooking, and would sometimes when it was late, Baba would serve himself. He would take the cup and saucer and take the tea, and sometimes he would take the chapati and just sit here and just partake of the food. And here you would see all this, you would survey all these utensils and the cooking and all that here. And he was very informal in his looking and surveying of the kitchen. Yes, just he would go and just find. Yes, just he would go and just find out anything for him, some plate or some cup or anything, and he would get it and serve his food from here and take whatever he liked. Sometimes he would make the cook hurry up for his food or for his tea, and when it was not ready, he would just help them to make it ready and serve himself from the stove and all that. Is that all right? Once Baba had called me to Meher, And there was some trouble with me and Baba. I just referred the trouble to Baba. And we were 3 of us in the hall, Eraj, myself and Baba. Then all the talk was going on. In between the talk, Baba just surmised that there was some idea in Eraj's mind. I mean Eraj Jassawala, who is my nephew. There was some idea some misgiving in Eraj's mind. And Baba read it. And Baba said, Baba told Eraj that he should not worry about his uncle's health or uncle's life. He said, he is not going to die, that is myself, he is not going to die before I see the glorification of Baba. I always remember those words of Baba, and when I am in bad health, I tell myself that Baba's words won't be without any meaning. Yes. Here, food was being prepared for Baba. These are the old hands preparing for Baba. But I'll tell you one story I remember. You know, Baba had once here, Nehru's mother was the chief cook here. And once Baba told us that he had gone round the whole world and he had tasted food at many places. But he said he would give the first number to Nehru's mother for cooking food. That was once he had told us. This is the cook who used to cook for Baba also, and she is still cooking for us here. And she is a very old hand, about 30 years, 40 years old. And the thin jowar bread which you have just seen is prepared by her, and Baba liked that thin bhakri very much. He never ate any chapati in our house. He always wanted seen is prepared by her, and Baba liked that thin bhakri very much. He never ate any chapati in our house. He always wanted to eat that thin jowar bread that we call bhakri. And he would always like that bhakri. His food here was very simple. He would eat bhakri and spinach, and he would eat dal and rice. That was his food always. And he would like some pickle or chutney, what we call. Yes. Green coconut chutney. Yes, and Baba would always want his food or his tea in a hurry. And he would do like this. Come on, come on, come on, like that. He would do like that. And then he would he would not wait till we...
So we met Baba 4 months ago before he dropped his body. At the time, some marriage had taken place and we had all gone to Mera Zad. And I can't remember much, but just seeing Baba on the stage over there and giving blessings to the couple, and then as far as I could remember, I remember him giving blessings to all, and then I only remember how we had our snacks.
I even met Baba at the same time, but I also remember that we were supposed to go in the gents line, but our mummies dragged us and took us in the ladies line and gave us to Baba, and then Baba kissed us. That's all.
I met Baba many a times, but I remember only one thing. that when I was in Pune at Guru Prasad, I saw Baba walking very fast. So after that program, when we came home, my mother asked, "What do you like, the photo or Baba in real form?" I said, "I like Baba in that walking form."
I met Baba when I was very small, about 3 months, so I don't remember much. But my folks say that Baba used to play with you in his hands.
I have not met Baba, but I can tell you that he was an ancient god.
So we think that's all from the children's side.